We'd like to start out by thanking our valuable sponsors. Sense of Satisfaction by Cricket is the place for all your fragrance needs. Plus, she's got products to heal what ails your skin and your hair. Shop at scentsbycricket.com. Special thanks to our valued sponsor, John Travis, a financial coach and certified Kingdom advisor with Richard Young Associates, a registered investment advisor. Thanks goes to Anna Patterson, my sister in the Lord who faithfully gives to this ministry every month. And to our newest sponsor, LaToya Gerard of Preach the Word Worldwide Network. She is a valued sponsor and a major encourager regarding this ministry. We need and would love to have you as a sponsor. Absolutely no gift is too small. Please note the info regarding giving throughout and at the end of the show, and help us spread these testimonies around the world. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the viewpoints of our sponsors. It's time to hear the story, make the connection, learn the lesson, and gain the wisdom. Are you ready? Let's get charged and be changed. The Sister Speak Brother Break Show. Conversations on grace, healing, and deliverance. This is Marcy Bush. Come on, let's journey together.
Every kid that comes into my house, I think of you as my own. Mm-hmm. So you're my child. Mm-hmm. So then they have to take my child and say, I can't work with you anymore because you're making this difficult. Mm-hmm. That hurts. I remember I had to call on one boy because if I have to keep leaving my job, that's causing me, problems too. Because I can't keep leaving the job to go say, okay, you're suspended. Got to go pick you up. Right. Then now I have to find somebody to keep you. So I remember one kid, they called me, I had to go to Jackson Middle School.
This was before fostering?
No, this is fostering.
Okay.
So when I'm going to get this kid, because they're going to depart that now I'm going to have to let people come get you.
Right.
And when I'm going to get this kid, they're saying, I had to put him a notice. So now they're saying, we're coming to get him. I said, okay, I'll meet you at Jackson Middle School. Uh-huh. So I go in and I say, hey, y'all, I got to sign out such and such. So they said, okay. He comes out. He says, hey. And so they said, okay, he's signing you out. He said, okay. I said, okay, man, come on. I said, because you're leaving today. Mm-hmm. He said, I am? Mom said, I'm crying up something because I got to let this boy go because I can't keep coming down here because you being suspended. Right. You at your last end. They about to put you out, for good.
Right.
So I said, so yeah, man, they out here to pick you up. I got all of your clothes. Mm. He said, oh. So then, the lady said, it'll be all right, little man. It'll be all right. I'm going to take you and they're going to meet me in such and such. We got like a 2-hour ride. Mm-hmm. So she said, do you have anything you'd like to hold? And he had like a little teddy bear or something. Mm-hmm. I said, I'll get it out of the trunk. And I gave it to him. I said, bye, man. And Marcy, on my way going back to work, I'm crying. I got to get myself together by the time I get back into school.
Right.
So when Jessica says, you don't know my story, people don't know that ups and downs.
Right.
That I got to let you go and I don't want to let you go.
Right.
But I can't keep leaving my job either.
Right. That's right.
So those are decisions, that I have to make.
Yeah.
And there's times I'm walking around and I say stuff like, dealing with Bishop, I develop a lot of sayings now.
Right.
And here's another one of my sayings. This is the life I live. Because I got to go back to Silver Bluff and still be okay.
Right. And you got to have your heart in a place where you're able to accept the next child.
Uh-huh.
And not think I'm about to get the last child.
Yeah.
Did it ever make you feel like there was something you were doing, or has God positioned you in a way that you know you can only take them so far.
Yeah, and he has positioned me in a way. He's positioned me in a way. Listening to some of the stuff like how Bishop would teach us, he was like, y'all, because I don't been with Bishop. I was kind of counting it up one time. I know I don't probably been with Bishop 30 years.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
So a lot of the stuff when Bishop says, I'm like, I was there.
Yeah.
If Bishop had every single member, because he don't say this plenty of times, and I'm saying to myself, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
You would have about 3,000-4,000 people.
Right.
That if everybody that passed through saying, I got you and you the man of God.
Right.
So I watch Bishop how he handles that.
Yeah, okay.
And so I pick up on all of that. A lot of times, Bishop regular conversations, I grab that and I hold it.
Right.
And that's how I make it.
Right.
Because I'm like, okay, this is the life I live. That Bishop will tell us stuff and we do the opposite.
Right.
And he's still there.
Right. And see, even as you had those younger, the earlier boys.
Yeah.
And I guess some of the transitions you went through with them helped prepare your heart. Because you couldn't rescue all of them either. Some of you rescue them and they jump back out.
Yeah.
And so I guess that helped to prepare your heart. But I know there are certain times when I pray for you, when I know you got a particularly rough group at one time and they're feeding off of each other.
Yes.
Or when it's somebody I know your heart's gotten attached to. I think it takes, just like I've always said, it takes a special person to teach. And to teach at certain levels. It takes a special person to be a nurse or whatever. It takes a special person to be a real foster parent.
Yeah.
There are some who, we've heard crazy stories about some of the things that happen in foster care. But for someone to really, truly put their heart into it, again, there's that word sacrifice. Sacrifice. So, what's the number of kids that you've had at once?
3.
Okay. With fostering.
Yeah.
But when it was before.
Oh, before. Let me see. Now watch this. When my mobile home, when I went to go get it, because I told Troy, I said, Troy, this is what I want. We fine right here. But first of all, I told Troy I was fine. I got this single wide trailer. You ain't got to buy me nothing. We fine. So, but he was like, well, I don't care what you're saying. Every time I come down here, you trying to help somebody. So I want you to get something bigger so you have the room.
Right.
So I went and I found this mobile home and I told him that's what I like. He said, you sure? I said, yeah, we going to be fine with this. The original mobile home has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So when I'm looking at the guy, he said, so you don't get this. This is the model. So you like this type of model? I said, yeah. He said, so, because we'll build it. So you want everything the same. I said, I can change something? He said, yeah. I said, this right here is my office, right? He said, yeah. I said, I'm working with so many boys. I said, turn that into a bedroom. So I can have 5 bedrooms.
Okay.
And we put bunk beds in there.
Okay.
So the most I've had, that was 1, 2, 3, I've had 5. Because in that room with the bunk beds, I had 2 people in that room.
Okay. And then because I know them, can so-and-so spend the night? So there's no telling how many you would have on some weekends.
Yeah.
But Lord, did you ever imagine, Doug, as this little 6-year-old boy, that you would end up being the man you are today?
Nope.
If you could talk to the little 6-year-old boy, what would you tell him?
You turned out all right.
Ooh.
Got with the right person and you turned out all right. Now Bishop done said something and I don't know, because of the journey and then I'm older, Bishop said, he said, the Lord orders our steps. We just don't know the order.
Yes.
Back to 6, I didn't know that was finna be my order.
Right.
Because, Marcy, when I look at my life, it really don't make sense that I go and ask these people about this trailer in Jackson, and that happens.
Right.
Then you turn around, I want to find my own so I can continue to do it. Then this guy lets me buy this land, paying him $50 a month. Not even, you don't even know me, and you don't even know if I'm going to pay you.
Right.
Then finds a trailer, and this lady allowed me to pay her and move the trailer before I even finish paying her, and trust that I'm going to continue to pay her off.
Right.
It makes no sense that how that stuff
with
just
quote unquote no credit because everybody's giving you favor. So you don't really have records of this is my credit.
This is my credit. It makes no sense when I look back at it. Cause I do it. I look back. There's times I'm in my yard, I'm riding, and I go, God, this makes no sense. But Bishop said, you order our step. I just don't know the order.
Right.
But now looking back, I'm looking at the orders.
Yeah.
Now when he ordered my step from now on into my future, I don't know the order.
Right.
But I'm looking back how
what
you
he's already
ordered me.
done. One part that we skipped over too that I did not we didn't talk about was your mom. She passed when?
In 2018.
Okay. So you had begun fostering at that point.
And watch this, Marcy. Because I took it so serious, I had one boy, because when I first started fostering, I was licensed for 1.
Okay.
Then the lady said, can I license you for 2? I said, okay. She was like, okay, I'm coming back another time. Can I now license you for 3? So I said, okay. She said, one more time.
Oh, gosh.
She said, can I license you for 4? So I'm licensed for 4.
Okay.
And I've had 4.
Okay.
But they wasn't, I've had my own 3. And I also do something called respite when a foster parent has to have another foster parent to keep their child. So I've done that.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, Marcy.
So when I know your mom went in the hospital for a while, how many boys did you have then?
And so I had that 1 at that time. But to show you how serious I am by being this father to them, when my mom was in the hospital and I had this 1 boy, and I told him, I said, man, let me go ahead and apologize to you now. You're coming into my life now at the time that my mom has had a major stroke, which we didn't know that's what she had. Okay. Because now she's not talking, and they have to move her, and they have to turn her. Right. She can't do nothing. All she do is just stare and blink her eyes. Okay. I said, so you coming into my life at that time. I said, but I promise you, I'll make it up to you. I got to go see my mom every day. She's in a nursing home. So we're going to go see her every day. And then, different times we'll take you to get something to eat. We'll take you to play with you somewhere. But every day I got to go see my mom. Right. When my mom, I remember this, went to church, came back, got out of church, go by to see my mom. And by now we had to put her on hospice because time don't went by. Okay. The doctors were saying, okay, we don't did everything. She's not going to get any better. I said, okay, y'all have done everything I asked, so I can't really say you haven't. So by then, they put on hospice. I got this 1 boy. This boy don't get in my way. Marcy, every time I go to the hospital, he right there with me. To the point when I was walking out one time, we was walking out, still, watch this, teaching from Bishop. I'm going through, coming out, these people say, hey, Doug, what you doing up here? I said, well, my mom is in hospice. Oh, I didn't know that. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, so they're saying, anytime she can die. Right. So I said, so what you doing up here? And then they was telling me such and such. So Marcy, I went just how Bishop would do it. From me being concerned about my mom to, let me make sure y'all all right. Is everybody, where they at? So I went in the room talking to them, making sure they all right. And then while I was talking, this boy, my 1 foster kid, he's starting to cry. I said, well, y'all, we're going to get ready to go. I said, because talking to them, I'm about to cry. I said, and he don't like to see me cry because I'm that close to him. He's that close to me. Marcy, when my mom passed and we getting ready for the funeral, they said, how many people you going to put in the car? I said, well, he going in the car with me.
Yeah.
I said, this is my child right here. So how many you said can get in there? He said 5. I said, so that's 2 right there automatically.
Okay. Right.
And we'll talk about the rest.
Right.
So this boy is in the family car.
Okay.
Not even related to me because he's my foster child.
Right.
But he's my son.
Yes.
So he's in the family car with me.
Yes.
He gets in the line with me when we line up.
Right.
All of that.
Okay. Okay. Did your mom's, and I guess there are so many boys that had been through, and I know I've had so many deaths in my family. Did you feel like you were prepared for her leaving? Good.
I even said it at the funeral when I was talking. I said, y'all, it seemed like my mom waited to me. I said, it seemed like my mom waited to make sure I was going to be okay.
Okay. Okay.
Before she left.
Okay.
And then all of the different things that Bishop had put in me, so that had already prepared me.
Yes.
And I said, here go developing these sayings as time go on. I said, y'all, I'm saying this at the funeral. I said, I come to the conclusion, if you live long enough, somebody you love gonna die.
Oh, for sure.
I said, I don't come to that conclusion.
Yes.
I said, so all you got to do is you just live long enough.
Yes.
I said, and I've learned this because I developed another saying. When my mom passed, I said, it's my turn. Because the other day it was that other person's turn when their parent died or their loved one died. I said, it's my turn.
So, Doug, what would you say your journey of life has taught you?
That I can make it. Because there was times, because you don't know the journey, there was times, Marcy, I hear Bishop say it didn't look too promising. When you look back and I'm saying, okay, my dad left, that's gone. What am I gonna do? I ain't got this relationship. Then you seeing, you growing up and you seeing people, they having their dad coming. Now my mom came to the school to see me, and she'll eat lunch with me and all of that. So she did all of that.
Yes.
But then I wasn't wrestling with my mom, the play part of it. So that part I didn't have. So it seemed like to me, it taught me that it's like I took on what I didn't have. That's and when I look back at it, I took on what I didn't have.
You would had. You became the person you wish you'd had. And it would be, I guess that's something all of us should learn too. Rather than being angry or bitter or constantly mourning what we did not have.
Yeah.
Be to somebody what we wanted.
Yeah.
Are there any things that you would like to say or share that you haven't that can encourage somebody else?
I would like to just say, just hang on in there, because it ain't over. Makes no difference what it look like.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes. Yes. Well, I have 2 things, I guess. 2 things. So, Doug, what is Jesus to you?
Marcy. And here go these sayings that I hear Bishop say. And I have come to the conclusion, for real, that he is everything. I've learned this because he'll say like, now you can't be, as much as I love you, as much as I love my boys, you can't be my everything.
Right.
Because you're not going to be there.
Right.
You're not going to be there all the time.
Right.
And so I don't came to the conclusion through life, through situations, through losing loved ones, to got to send some of these boys back that I love, don't want to have to say no. Come to the conclusion. All I really got, God, is you. So that when somebody leaves, I'm okay.
Yes.
And that's and that's
Yes.
I think that's what it's like when I'm talking to the kids and they're saying, Doug, how do you do this? And I say, well, y'all, I'm gonna have to say this word when you want to ask how did I do this. It's Jesus. I said, and that's what I keep trying to get y'all to get.
Right.
Y'all want to do all this other stuff and hook up with all these other things that it's not gonna be there. I said, I don't know it's how else to tell you,
Right.
but Marcia, that's all I got.
Yes. Yes.
And I love people, but that's all I got.
Yes. Yes. Now, and because those of us who know you know how close you are. Those who don't know you have heard the name several times. But what did God do for you when he put Hezekiah Presley in your life?
Without me, I don't even know how to say it, whether I was praying or I was just hoping or he got my thoughts or whatever. Putting him in my life gave me everything that I needed. This man was there for me when I didn't even think I could make it. Encouraging me when I'm like, okay, I'm nothing. How do you still want to pour into me when I'm making mistakes? I'm going down different roads. So once I got with him, that's why, and the longer I was with him, and I shared with Bishop one time, and was crying. There was some guys around. I said, because he was saying, y'all, I don't never have to worry about Doug. And I looked up and I said, and I had said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. I said, but Bishop, I said this one time, just talking to the Lord, because I don't been with you so long and I've seen how, different people have done you. The stuff you've done, how pure your heart is. I said to God, if I ever come up to trying to even think about doing Bishop wrong, just kill me, God. Don't even let me get the chance to say it. Don't even let me get the chance to get it out. Because this guy has been there for me. I'm talking about through ups and downs that has been there for me.
So what would you tell somebody who they see some fellas, they might want to help, but they don't know if it's worth it. They don't know if they can do it. What would you say to somebody who's thinking about trying to reach out to someone else?
Give it a shot, because you don't know what might come out of it. Give it a shot. And then, like you said, and we said it earlier, be for somebody what you wanted for somebody to be for you.
Yeah.
Even if, watch this, because when Bishop came in my life, I got what I wanted. So now let's keep sharing that. Okay. Let's keep passing that on. Okay. So even if you already had that, even if you did have that father figure, even if you did have that childhood that you wanted, be for somebody what you had. Okay. Or and then on the other side, be for somebody what you would prefer to have had.
Right. Okay. Well, Doug, I want to thank you for just sitting down and sharing your life with us, sharing your journey with us. I know without a shadow of a doubt, because people see you in the hallways, and you've been at Silver Bluff or Jackson however many years, since 1997. So people have seen you almost 30 years now in the school system, and everybody knows Doug. In the whole 30 years, you always present the same, full of life, full of joy, full of peace. And now we were able to see what makes you tick, and how you're able to do it. So I'm just grateful. Thank you. I'm looking forward to the rest of your journey. I'm looking forward to hearing about more of the favor that God is raining down on you. And we always talk about that grace is favor. Yes. So when we talk about grace, healing, and deliverance, God has graced you.
Yes, He has.
He's favored you, and I can't wait to see what He continues to do in your life. And thank you for joining us for the Sister Speak Brother Break show. there's no telling what this front shot looks like, because there has been so much crying on the sofa today. But it has been a wonderful conversation about just how God continues to show up, how he shows up when you don't even know what kind of way. He will be there. He makes a way. And so we thank God for being in this place with us today. We thank you for joining us on this journey. We want you to share it with somebody, because you never know what somebody's going through. When you share it, I believe on the right day, at the right time, they will come across this and it will encourage their lives. So we hope to see you next week, same place, same time, for the Sister Speak Brother Break show. Be blessed.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If you've been blessed by today's show, feel free to let us know. And if you'd like to sow into this ministry, become a sponsor, or contact us, you can reach us at 803-221-0169. Or you can email us at the ssbbshow@gmail.com. Let's continue this journey together. Missed any of our past episodes?
The pain that I've gone through, I've been through lots. Depression, perversion, low self-esteem, rejection. But I'm here, and I'm loving life, and I'm changed forever. I'm trying to maim you, to leave you, like physically and mentally, maim you. He wanted your life.
I don't think he so much wanted my life is that he wanted some results. He wanted me to stay in the earth and not be who I am now.
Piece where you start talking about it was your love walk.
Yes.
We had an opportunity to not only share our experience, but find out that there were so many women in the room who had similar experiences.
Advice would you give to people who find themselves in the grips of grief right now?
The pain is inevitable, but the suffering is optional.
You were still sick, you still weren't well, but did something change for you when they gave it a name?
Yes, because once they put a label on it, I felt like it was putting a label on me.
Catch up on past shows on my YouTube channel at Marcy Bush, MarceyBush. And be sure to subscribe so you won't miss any future episodes. We need and would love to have you as a sponsor. Absolutely no gift is too small. Please note the info regarding giving and help us spread these testimonies around the world.